Rob Di Castella here, co-founder of the Stromlo Running Festival, and on behalf of everyone attending and involved in the 2024 Stromlo Running Festival, it gives me great pleasure and pride to acknowledge country. So on behalf of all of our runners, our spectators, our amazing volunteers, all of our supporters and everyone who's attending the weekend, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the lands that we're running on this weekend, the Ngunnawal and Ngambri people and families. On behalf of everyone, I pay our respects to their ancestors, their elders past, present and emerging, who have that incredible responsibility of sharing and passing on culture, law, traditions, values. From generation to generation, and this is the tradition that has enabled Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island culture to be the oldest continuous living culture on the planet, a really special thing. I also acknowledge Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island culture as a national treasure, something that no other country on the planet has the privilege of being exposed to. I also want to acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people that are participating in the Stromlo Running Festival 2024. A special acknowledgement to you and a special shout out to all of our IMF ICAN kids that have come in from all over Australia to participate in our National ICAN Championships and will be running in the kids race over the weekend as well. Stromlo Running Festival was built on the struggle and the strength and sense of community post the 2003 Canberra fires. And that's why it's tough. That's why we embrace the hills. That's why we embrace the struggle, because those tough times, when you persevere and you get to the top of the hill, you get an incredible view and an incredible sense of accomplishment and achievement. And life's a little bit like that as well. We all have tough times and we need to be strong, resilient, and we need to support each other to get through those tough times. So that's what Stromlo Running Festival is all about. And I also acknowledge the struggles and the strength and the resilience of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island Australia. So it gives me great pleasure to acknowledge that this is, was and always will be Aboriginal land.
Thank you, Rob. Welcome new and returning runners to the 15th Stromlo Running Festival. I'm Mel Bingley. I'm your race director and fellow trail runner. And I'm also wearing our 15th anniversary limited edition Fractal collab hat. It's great for melons of all sizes. It's my absolute pleasure and privilege to be your race director. This is a milestone year for Stromlo Running Festival, and it's my 6th as race director, with over 3,000 runners and volunteers joining us this weekend. It's going to be our biggest yet, and I'm thrilled to welcome more than 50% new participants to the festival. That could even mean 50% new to trail running. So a huge welcome to you all. It's such a wonderful community, and I really hope it's the start of a marvellous trail running journey for you. I'd like to thank the support of our family of partners, the ACT Government, Century Strong, Riot Act, the University of Canberra, Capital Brewing Co, Hammer Nutrition Australia, Good Brother Dixon, Fractal and Abode Hotels for their ongoing support. I'd also like to acknowledge our incredible charity partner, the Indigenous Marathon Foundation. And I'm thrilled to say this year we've raised $6,000 to go towards their incredible health promotion initiatives. And as Rob said, we are hosting a record number of children in the ICAN Championships as part of our 2.5 kilometre kids cross country. Children from all parts of the country will be joining us as part of our biggest registered team in Stromlo Running Festival. So give them a wave, give them some encouragement. It's going to bring all the feels, I promise you. 2024 also brings a new challenge, a new marathon distance featuring a double summit of Mount Stromlo. But whether you're tackling the new marathon distance or one of our other courses, other 5 courses, I encourage you to embrace the hills, lean into the challenge like Rob says. Don't forget to look up and appreciate the scenery, the amazing views, take some selfies along the way, tag us, Stromlo Running Festival, #run SRF, trail running in Canberra, our nature parks. we're very, very privileged to have them. It's a very special place to run in. Everything I'm about to cover, a big just express run through, is really detailed in the event guide. So that's where I encourage you as the single point of truth to go to, read online, download, save it for later. It's available at our website, stromlo.com.au. Make sure you read through it. The key to this year, and I say this every year, is to plan. Plan and control what you can control. That way you can run as carefree as possible on the day. And have just the best experience possible. First thing I'm going to talk about is event day traffic and some parking information. So with a really large turnout expected, managing your entry and exit to the event is going to be key for everyone's enjoyment. This is detailed out in the event guide. Parking is limited, about 500 odd places. We really encourage, not only for the traffic flow, but also for like our environmental footprint, carpool where possible, or arrange a drop-off and pick-up. Use the designated drop-off and pick-up zones. There are 15-minute free parking, and in fact, the all-day parking or by the hour parking is very, very affordable within Stromlo Forest Park. And for your information, the fees go back into the park. So we wholly support that. Do not park up at the top asphalt car park of Stromlo Running Festival. That is for the facility use only. They have very kindly let us use the overflow dirt car park at the bottom. So there's an additional 80 places there, which are actually free. Allow the extra time for yourself. You know, you have those event day nerves. Take that away by giving yourself extra time to get to the festival. We'll have a coffee van on site. There are toilets. You can just ease those nerves by arriving a bit earlier and race ready. We've been informed that there are road closures due to the Triathlon Challenge Canberra happening over the same weekend. There is a link on our website under event info linking to the National Capital Authority details of that temporary closure. I understand this will affect mostly our southbound Tuggeranong Parkway users on the Sunday. So head online, have a look. Again, this is all about controlling what you can control. Plan ahead, plan your alternate route. All the details are online. Brings me to the event hub. We've arrived safely, we're on time. Arrive race ready, be there at your start time. Self-seed, that means for our new runners, new to events, if you're planning to run competitively, hop up to the front of the line. If it's a little bit more leisurely or social, move yourself towards the back. Timing will only start as you cross the timing mats. We also suggest that you don't start your GPS devices until just after you cross that mat for a clean chip record. Bibs. Every single registered participant will have a bib with a timing chip. You must wear this on the outside front of your body. Only people wearing bibs will get a recorded time and a medal. That's excluding the accompanying adults in the 2.5 kilometres. The medals are just for the registered children 13 and under. Now, first aid, we are very lucky to be working with this same first aid crew, Get First Aid, that we have since 2019. Advanced first aid will be on course and mobile throughout the event. We want you to stay hydrated, so be prepared for the weather. Look ahead. While it can be a bit cooler in the morning, it can heat up through the middle of the day. So know what your event plan is and be prepared for that. Much of our course is exposed, typical Australian country. So plan for sun protection. We'll have a Cancer Council tent at the event hub for sunscreen. Wear your sun protection, your hats, consider long sleeve, breathable garments. Look out for each other. If you come across a runner that is in distress, stop and provide some aid and support. Make a note of the time that you stop, and I will credit that time back to your event. It's most important, especially in trail running, that we look after each other, and that's why this community is so amazing. That does lead me to the mandatory gear. So yes, we do have mandatory gear being trail running. Everyone must carry a compression bandage. Snakes are absolutely out and about. You need to have a mobile phone and you need to have a water holding device that is particular to your course. So that can be as simple as a run cup just for water on course at 5K, or at that marathon level, you need to be able to hold 2 litres of water. This gear is for your safety and it's the safety of others. So we know there are runners out there that run without anything, but this is part of our risk assessment and safety management plan. So it's not just for you, it's for who knows what happens for other runners out there. Runners who are competing for podium spots, we will be checking your gear at the finish line. And if we find that you haven't run with the mandatory gear, you will be disqualified and not qualify for any prizes. We, as I mentioned, run to the conditions, dress for the conditions, especially if you're going to be out on course for more than a few hours. Just be prepared for that. I mentioned run cups. Stromlo Running Festival is plastic cup free, disposable cup free. That means if you want to use our aid stations, you need to have your own device to take that electrolytes or that water. You can buy a run cup through runcups.com.au, or you can bring your own. Any kind of thing, that's fine. It's a great little kit of to have, scrunchable and just tucks in anywhere. While you're on course, keep an eye out, appreciate, but also be aware of our beautiful wildlife. This is things like kangaroos, birds, and as I mentioned before, snakes. Including that wildlife is also our amazing, incredible flora. Don't eat any wild berries, as tempting as those berries could be. As a natural alternative, just stick to the course, stick to your aid station, stick to what you have bought for yourself. While you're on course, be aware of course markings. There will be pink tape right throughout the course indicating you're still on course. These will be within an eyesight so that you'll know that you're still on our course. Black arrows will show you the direction to keep running. Red crosses will indicate do not go down this path, and we will have them at every juncture to indicate that you've gone down the wrong one. You do need to run aware, but you can run knowing that we have this course very well marked. At critical junctures throughout the course, there'll be big yellow signs that point you in the direction. Okay, so just be alert of the course, but we will have it very, very well signed, as well as having marshals throughout the course. You'll hear the cowbells. That leads me to the right-of-way within Stromlo Forest Park. So while we do have the park booked, there may be a point where there is a user in the park unaware of the thousands of runners throughout. We are humans. We don't necessarily collide well with horses and bikes. So just be aware, we give right-of-way. They should hopefully not cross over your course, but just also be aware. While you're on course, leave no trace. That means everything from lolly wrappers or aid packets to toilet paper. There is on the Saturday 1 Portaloo out there on course. Otherwise, it is bush toilets. Please move off the track. Leave no rubbish on the track, only footprints, and take only memories. So that's inclusive of just leaving our beautiful fauna alone as well. SRF is the most wonderful community event. It's organised by the community and it's supported by the community. Look after yourself and each other. Be kind and courteous. Smile. We will have photographers on course and very much at the finish line to capture your amazing finish line feels. These will be available for free to download after the event. You can right now already register to be notified when those albums are available via Geo Snapshot. And to celebrate, keep the celebrations going. In fact, on the Saturday, once you've crossed that finish line, you might want to consider heading over to our partner, Capital Brewing Co., who are having a bit of an after party shindig from 1 o'clock. If you flash your medal, you'll get 10% off. There's also an amazing runners a promotion, $25 for a capital or broad burger with a pint of Good Drop or a can of Alkless. I mean, I would be there if I can, but I'll be getting ready for the Sunday. But I reckon that'll be a great place to celebrate conquering Mount Stromlo. Lastly, but absolutely not least, thank you to all of our supporters, venues, and especially our most amazing volunteer team. You'll see them in this watermelon coloured shirt this year. They've generously given their time, and so many do year after year, because it is so much fun being a volunteer, just as much as a runner. We couldn't do it without you. There's nearly 100, actually over 100 places that we fill over 3 days to make this happen. So thank you. We are so incredibly grateful to you. I hope you enjoy this weekend. Feel proud of your accomplishment. Your training to get to the start line is a massive accomplishment in itself. This year's medal is a pretty special one. Congratulations to those as well doing the double, and you'll be able to layer that medal. I'm pretty proud of that little design element. I will see you this weekend. I'll now hand over to Ryan Deal, as I mentioned, Get First Aid, who will just give you a few quick words about your health and well-being on race day. Thank you.
Hello everybody, Ryan Deal, the Director of Get First Aid here. I just wanted to say I can't wait to look after you for the 5th year in a row at Stromlo. The Stromlo Running Festival is fantastic because not only does it allow you guys to go out and enjoy the scenery, but it also supports an amazing organisation, being the Indigenous Marathon Foundation. Just a couple of things before you guys go out running at Stromlo this year. Please remember to ensure that you are not preloading. So when we say preloading, do not take lots of Nurofen or paracetamol before your race. Race to the conditions. Make sure that you read your pre-event information, and if you do need our help, we are there to help you. The really important number to remember is 1300 663 600. That's 1300 663 600. And I look forward to seeing you on race day.